Let me tell you about ProHealthConnect.com. It's transforming healthcare payments, providing retailers a seamless process for over-the-counter and healthy benefit programs. By connecting retailers, health plans, and payment processors, ProHealth Connect creates one powerful, unified network. They empower independent grocers and pharmacies to accept health benefit cards without changing how they do business. With over 10,000 locations nationwide, helping more than 1.3 million people access the care and nutrition they need. Go to ProHealthConnect.com.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Excuse me, taxi.
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
All right, we're here with somebody I think is going to be the next Elon Musk. Female version. Sorry, Brittany Kaiser, but you're amazing. Brittany Kaiser from Alpha Compute. They're on the cutting edge of this AI stuff and privacy concerns, because I am now unloading everything, my heart and soul, into AI. It knows so much more about me than even my wife, and I'm trusting it to do the right thing with this information. Brittany, welcome back. How are you?
I'm so happy to be here, and I'm so happy with what you just said, because I think everyone is having the same experience in their daily lives where they're a little worried about how much information they're putting into the AI, but they're addicted to it and are going to go deeper.
Because it gives you great advice, and it becomes kind of like a friend.
Yeah, that's what it's trained to do. It's sycophantic.
Well, let me ask you this. Is it really sycophantic? I'm using ChatGPT, and I do find it pushes back, but I hate to think it's being sycophantic. I mean, is it really?
It's made to please you so that it becomes your AI assistant, your AI friend. Would you keep an assistant if they weren't there to please you?
I suppose not, but don't they have this broader truth to live up to? I mean, I tell it a lot of stuff, and it seems to understand. It seems to really understand. It's just a great big head game, isn't it?
Well, it has access to most of the world's information that's ever been produced. So in ways it does understand. It's able to reason more than low IQ human beings, for sure.
Oh, boy. All right. Now I'm feeling very small. I felt so smart. Well, let's put that aside for a moment. These AI data centers that are going up all over the place, I understand, was it Meta? Are making a bunch under tents. They put tents up so they could work 24/7 no matter the rain. What are these things? Why do they need them? And is it a threat to us?
So I think a lot of people are mad at AI right now because of what we just talked about. Everyone's getting addicted to it. They're putting all of their information in it, and they realize it's stealing from them. They realize that maybe AI infrastructure might be hurting their local environment. Some people are mad about both the privacy thing and the environment. But I think what a lot of people are not really recognizing is that in order to secure our borders and have national security and data protection, we need to have our own American data centers. Otherwise, we're sending all of our data abroad to our enemies, third parties that don't have America's best interests at heart. But if we stop the building of AI data centers, that's our only choice. Because, of course, American companies and Americans are going to keep on using AI, right?
So we need these data centers. We need them.
Yes.
By the way, what do they... I mean, I thought we had all the, I don't think about what the hell's happening when I send an email, but I guess we need a great big factory with, not a factory, a data center, great big computers that store all this stuff, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's what we do every day. We take NVIDIA chips in computers that are built by Dell or Supermicro. We put them in data centers, and then we lease the compute power so people can use AI.
Who's really pushing back? I mean, it sounds, I hear grumbling about it, but are members of Congress saying we got to stop these AI centers? They are.
Yeah. Do you remember when President Trump and the CEOs of a lot of top AI companies went to China?
Yeah.
As soon as they went on that China trip, all of a sudden there was a huge disinformation campaign that was released in the United States, all about how AI data centers and energy developments in America are bad for the environment and things that you should come up against. And they dropped over 300 local bills across the United States to stop AI data center development. I mean, that's like the craziest cyber warfare tactic I've ever seen in years since COVID. It's completely insane that, of course, when everyone in China knows that all the top people in America aren't at their desks and aren't paying attention, that everyone in America is all of a sudden upset about America competing against China in the AI race.
So this was waged by China?
In my opinion, I think Kevin O'Leary has the same thing. He believes that and has submitted over 90 pages of evidence to Congress.
So the point was when those executives were over there, were they over there to send a message back home? Like, I'm getting a little carried away. Were they flexing their muscle like we could build these things in China? And they weren't doing that. That was why were they there?
Well, I mean, China's still a huge technology partner of the United States. They're there to do business. They're there for diplomacy. But in the end, we're in a race against China, who's going to have more data centers and more power and be able to wage better AI warfare, who's going to be able to protect their national security interests and data of their own country. Well, you have to have your own infrastructure in order to do that.
Who are some good guys that we should listen to in all of this? There are a lot of people out there, a lot of podcasts, a lot of tech guys. Seth Rogen seems to know everything about everything, but he doesn't. He's stoned all the time, by the way. It's a real problem. Yeah. No, I mean, who are the trusted voices right now on this stuff?
I'm really saying, like, Mr. Wonderful, Kevin O'Leary, is the most, I would say, loud voice on the Hill right now, where he's been documenting evidence that this is a Chinese disinformation campaign and that Americans are being basically brainwashed to think that building our own energy infrastructure is going to raise electricity prices. Obviously, if AI data centers are funding the development of new energy developments, that is going to lower electricity costs when these energy developments sell back into the grid. So what everyone's mad about doesn't make any sense. They say it's killing birds, it's hurting the local water supply. It's like, okay, well, stop watering your lawns and hitting birds with cars. Like, I don't know what we're talking about here. This doesn't make any sense. But it's obviously been paid for. These campaigns are very well funded, both at home and abroad. And then we have AOC and Bernie Sanders that are leading this charge, which is really just, gutting America's economy. It doesn't make any sense at all.
Let me tell you my AI story. Yeah. All right. No, it's very counterintuitive. I was very surprised and encouraged, actually. So I know what it's like to write. I'm a broadcaster. I don't write words to be read for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, a lot of it's extemporaneous and whatever. Broadcasting is different from writing. A couple of times a decade, I would say 5 times a decade, once every 2 years or so, I will sit down with discipline and diligence and write a piece for, say, the New York Times or the Wall Street Journal, and I can get it published. It takes me about 4 days of intense effort, solitary, give or take, a little bit, plus or minus, 4 days, a week, a little less, and I get it in, and it's immense satisfaction, right? Wall Street Journal, Greg Kelly, and the op-ed, not a letter to the editor, but an actual op-ed from me. In February, I had an idea about a story that I wanted to do, and I did not have, I didn't want to spend 4 days doing it. So I'm going to use AI for this one. I'm going to use AI, and I'll be done in a couple of hours, hopefully, maybe even less. That was in February. And I'm using AI I've been working on it for almost 4 months nonstop with AI. It has grown and grown and grown in complexity. And I guess the thing I'll tell you that I wasn't expecting, as I work this process, I am now an editor. I'm editing a lot of what AI is doing, and AI is making a lot of mistakes. It's very, very unsophisticated in certain ways, and it's a little bit, but I love it. I love it as a sounding board. I love the back and forth. But so to me, I don't feel like AI, there's no way AI could be doing this without me. Mm-hmm. And I feel like a lot of people would have seen the first draft of my story and said, oh yeah, that's great. But it wasn't great. It was inherently, it had problems. I mean,
but you know better.
I do know better. Now, at the same time, it has now become this thing. Like, I've done about 400 or 500 drafts. Mm-hmm. I could not do that with a person.
No, for sure. Absolutely not.
So it's just interesting. I guess my question to you is, does that experience resonate with you? Are others having similar experiences? It's not an efficiency tool. It is something. I don't know how to categorize it, but it's wonderful. It's not scary, but I'm wondering if I'm being jerked around now.
No, I mean, I would say a lot of people see AI as an employee, but I want to make sure that people aren't thinking that this is your chief marketing officer. It's your assistant or your PA or your research team. It's not meant to be in final form. You definitely still have to be its boss. You still need to be the one that's looking through it and making sure it is what it needs to be and that it's not something generic when you're doing something as important as an op-ed. An op-ed is your voice and your opinion and your expertise. So it has to always be coming from you. And while drafting assistance is great, and I'm a lawyer and I'm the CEO of a public company, so I use it for drafting assistance all of the time, whether I'm writing LOI, MOUs, like definitive contracts, and then I put on paper what I need, and then I pass it over to my legal team. But I can, with AI, do the best first draft and save on my legal bills, and I love it, But that's why we want to make sure that Americans don't have to send all of their personal thoughts abroad when doing things like this. We should be able to use AI in our daily lives without being afraid that something bad is going to happen because we're sending our data to China or we're sending our data anywhere else besides, our own borders.
Roger Stone here. Your dollars are losing ground, but gold isn't. American Sovereign Bullion helps you protect your wealth through real, tangible assets. Through their nationwide wholesaler network, you get some of the best pricing on gold and silver delivered straight to your door. Since 1912, the U.S. dollar has lost 97% of its purchasing power. Meanwhile, gold continues to prove its strength. So call 844-272-2428. That's 844-272-2428. Or visit dyingdollar.com to request your free gold and silver guide. That's dyingdollar.com.